Maybe I should turn a light on. Hello, hello. My name is Leanne Furness, and I am an independent demonstrator here in Rochester, Minnesota for Stampin' Up. Been doing it for about 26 years. Love it. I am excited to show you a couple new products that are in the online, well, they're called online exclusives. That just means you can only see them online. You can't necessarily see them in a printed catalog. But I'm going to show you some fun things to do and how quick these cards came together and a little couple tips and tricks. Okay, so let's get back down. It is January 21st, 2022. It is freezing outside. No, 2022. Holy moly. There's a flashback. 2026. Hello. Let's say the right year. Oh my gosh. Okay. So today I'm going to get rid of that glare. Okay. So today I want to show you three things. Number one is this wonderful online exclusive, meaning you can only see it online, of course, and you can see it here, a embossing folder that is called Lovely Stripes. And I'm going to show you a couple ways to do that. And so this number is 167179. It's $11. You can order it through me too. You don't have to order it online just because it says online exclusives, because you never know. Okay. Oh my gosh. So here is what we're going to talk about. Covered in Flowers accent. Apologize for the lighting. Let's get it a little brighter. And that is online as well. Its number is 167197, and that is $6.50. And I'm just going to smidge this open a little, show you what you get. These are all pre-cut laser dies. So if you don't have time to cut, or you don't necessarily want to cut on your machines, you can go ahead and use these. And you can see how fun that is, right? And I'm going to show you how to color them and stuff. And you can use them just white on white. Okay, so that's that. I already have got two, so then I have that. And then the third thing is the Saying Something Ephemera pack. And basically, ephemera, miscellaneous things. There are words in here, and you cannot see this in our catalog either. It was in last year's catalog, but it will, you can find it online. So we're going to use some of these sayings so I don't have to actually stamp tonight, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do first, and then I'll show you my other samples. Okay, so I chose the tulip out of the die, or what is it called? Out of the water, the Covered in Flowers accents. And what I want to do is color this, but I want it two-toned. I want it two-toned because then it's going to look so much like it really is real. So here's what I would do. I'm going to take my blends, because these color so nicely, and I'm going to use my light old olive brush tip, and I'm going to color everything that's green, right? So, including the inside of the leaves. But what I want to show you is that how quick this goes and how well it covers. I spent a weekend at a craft thing with some friends, and I just remember how much my one friend loves to color. And I am not that person, let me tell you. Okay, so there we have our old olive color. Now I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight light and do the same thing with the tulip head. This makes me think of spring, which is kind of funny because right now it is January 21st, 2026, like I tried to say, and it's like minus something outside. I hate it. Okay, so here we go. So that's pretty simple and straightforward, right? Well, what I want to do is I want to take some This is just your regular press and seal tape, or press and seal saran wrap, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. And then I'm going to push down the parts that the inside parts, right? So I just want to pop out, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, which is my favorite tool. Now, I just did a whole weekend thing with a bunch of other demonstrators as well. And if you are interested in seeing those videos, they're on our Facebook page. You'd have to ask me to join or order from me, and then you'll get the PDF that has all the YouTube links, because Facebook is being kind of weird and deleting things after 30 days. This isn't working quite the way I wanted it, but you know, the camera, that's great. We're just going to pull out these things. I'm going to get rid of this little, forget this. This was silly. I'll show you why I was going to use it in a while. I'm just going to pop out everything that's light, that I want to keep light. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Take Your Pick tool. And we're going to use the Take Your Pick tool to kind of reassemble this to give it a little bit more depth. Okay, almost done. All right, I got this popped out. Oh my gosh, let go, please. Thank you. And up here, there's this little piece. We're going to pop that out too, because we want that to be the lighter. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and brush these over there so that they don't get colored. Now I'm going to go and grab my dark. So I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to color again with the brush tip, because remember our blends have two sides. There's a pointed tip and then the brush tip. And the brush tip works great for this. And I'm just going to go and add the dark Daffodil Delight. So that you can see how well it covers. And I'm going to add 2 layers of color because I really want it to be dark. And if you're kind of wondering, like, how much darker is that than your the petals, let's grab one of those as they fly around. And then here is one of the petals. And you can see how that's just going to kind of pop, right? So I'm going to go ahead and remove that again because I don't want it to get dark. I'm going to take my old olive blend, same thing. I'm going to color with my brush tip. You can see how fast this goes. And you can have these to be any color. You can do white. You can keep them white. They're coming white. They're a little off-white maybe. Oh gosh, look at that. I'm going to show you what we do. I forgot to punch that part out. We can fix that. I always say in my classes that there's a tool for that. Usually if we mess up, there's a tool to help you with that. Worst case scenario, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to add the color again because I really want it to be a good dark old olive to go with my good dark old olive cardstock that you're going to see. All right, so there we go. We're going to do that. Oh gosh, this guy just really wants to be a troublemaker. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, make sure I got all of it. Looks like I need to do this. Looks like I need a new blend because they get kind of wrecked, and that's okay. They're not meant to last forever. Okay, that looks like a big hot mess. So I'm going to go ahead and move my paper. I'm going to fold it. No, I'm going to move it so that we don't have that big mess. Okay, this is that piece I colored darker that I didn't really want because see, here's the actual other leaves, and you can see how much lighter those are. We have a tool called the Blend the Color Lifter. So let's see if this works. I'm again going to use the brush tip, and I'm just going to take some of the color off, I hope. It may not work, but in theory it should. And sometimes it just has to dry. And is it getting lighter? We're going to find out. Let's see. Let's grab this. Oh, yeah. It's not as light, clearly, as the other ones. So what I might do is take a light old olive and maybe make a few of them a little bit darker. Not the dark old olive, but just a lighter dark. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, all these things are sticking in the paper. This is not good, people. Not good at all. Okay, static electricity. Okay, I think I got all the pieces. Hello, I'm trying to get this off here. Oh, there's no one watching, so that's okay. I can't wait to see what you think about this, because I think these are super cool. The flower accents are like, what, $6.50 in the US? So pretty justifiable. Okay, so that's still darker than I like, but we're just going to pretend it's all good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our masking pieces, our masking paper, and I've already used it once or twice, but you want to kind of get it so it's not quite so sticky, like put this on your clothes or something like that. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to go put my tulip, for the most part, on this masking paper so it keeps that all just really in place. And that might be a problem, but we're going to see if we can do that. Now I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and my putty. Now the putty gets stored down here, and this might need to be replaced. We'll see. You'll see the little putty coming up. It's not a lot, and it might just need to be replaced, but we're going to do that later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. You can order the refills for the putty, which is what I'm referring to about replacing it. And I'm going to add this one in there, and this just really helps you make it work so nice. If you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, I don't know what your demonstrator's been telling you. Just kidding. You really want a Take Your Pick tool. Okay, so here we have, let's see, we got this little yellow guy, and that's backwards. So I'm gonna, this is really, it seems putsy. I know it does, but it gives you such a beautiful effect. Okay, so let's grab that. Let's figure out which one it goes to, and it's not going to really stick because there's no masking tape over there. So we're just going to put that over here for a minute. Where's this guy? He's stuck somewhere. Let's see. Where is that guy? You know, best laid plans, people. Okay, well, I don't see it here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the leaves on. Oh, here it is. Maybe. Oh, that's our leaf. Oh, jeepers. Oh, jeepers. The thought process behind the press and seal is that it helps you control where all these pieces go. Well, that's the thought. Clearly, it didn't quite work. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and add this guy. I found him. He was missing in action, but I found him. And then this guy is going to go right there. And sometimes you just have to take your Take Your Pick tool and just kind of shove it in there. All right. We're going to worry about that top one later. I'm going to grab the other light, the other big leaf, and put that in there. And the masking paper will actually hold that in place for you. And then I'm going to bring back that saran wrap, that press and seal, show you why it's kind of a handy thing. I guess I should be double checking I'm on the, okay, there we go. And then we have this. And I see what the problem was. This didn't really pop out like it was supposed to, but we're going to make it work. I think it goes like this. Let's go around. Okay, so now you kind of see the concept, right? Like, oh, look at that, how lovely that is. And I think it's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that darn press and seal, and I'm just going to put this on top of my masking paper and flip it upside down and lose that one little piece that I was saving. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I'm going to peel off the masking paper ever so carefully so that everything stays attached to the press and seal. So this is kind of a putsy thing. If you've ever done vinyl with a machine, a die cut machine, it's kind of the same thought process. You don't want to really just pull it off like you're pulling a Band-Aid off, but you do want to just take your time and kind of add your pieces. Okay, so this needs to go here, I hope. I hope it's the right way. The thing about blends is that they go through your cardstock or your, in this case, the dies. So it's still a little yellow. So if I get it upside down, it's going to be fine. Okay, this guy, there we go. And then I'm going to grab this guy. You can see why the take your pick tool with the putty end is an amazing, hopeful tool. All right, we're going to kind of move that around. Oh my goodness. And then when it flies across the room, you can go get it. Okay. And that's backwards. So let's just turn that around. I'm sorry, this is maybe a little bit too painful. It's not meant to be painful, but you know, best laid plans, like I said. Oh my gosh. And I think my press and seal is just a little bit too big. All right, I want this to go on the right way. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, we're just going to call that good. We're going to grab this guy and put that on. All right, now we're going to put some tape on that before we lose that. What I wanted to show you, though, is the fun thing, and it wasn't my original idea. It came in a swap from somebody, and I don't remember who, which is, of course, how it works. And she, I know it was a she, instead of doing the die perpendicular like this way, she kitty wonked us, or what, however you want to say it. Kitty made it kind of more of a diagonal, which is really cool. And so you can get not only the diagonal, you can get the straight. Let me show you an example of the straight. Here's the straight. And so you can see how it's just a super great, well, that didn't work. Super fun embossing folder. Okay, so I went ahead and did this. This is Highland Heather. And then I have my Old Olive. And then I have my basic white card base, which is typical card base, right? So if you're in the US, it's 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. Now I'm going to grab my Tombow glue, my liquid glue, which people don't really care for sometimes, but I like it because it's quick and easy. And I'm not a fan of the tape runner that we have right now, but you know what? It might get better. I know you have to try it. All right. And then I find that when you have an embossing 3D folder like this one, liquid glue really works best for your embossing folder. And sometimes you don't want to, you can just do that quick, and hopefully that's not on there. And then you can let that sit and just be settled in for a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the same Tombow glue and put it on the back of my tulip. And you have to make that noise. Doo, doo, doo. Not good. And I'm going to grab, I hope, a cleanish dauber. And by cleanish, I mean cleaner. Okay. We'll use this one. And by the dauber thing, oh, don't put it on your plastic. You just kind of smush out all that Tombow, and that's not good. That's okay. We're gonna wing it. It'll be easy to do. This is all like a one. I mean, if you don't want to putz with this, just glue it on your paper, right? Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just lay this down. Do a little prayer. Get down tonight. Okay, so Tombow glue will dry clear. So the stuff that you see right now that's white is going to dry clear. And again, I'm going to take my big block just to kind of set it down so it kind of hangs out there for a few minutes. Okay, so then, oops, hello. So then the last thing I want to do is grab one of those ephemera packs, and I'm going to do beautiful, and I'm going to use the same Tombow glue. Move that out of my way, and I'm just going to add small, incredibly small dots. A dot will be a lot, and if I was going to cut this out with my machines, I would have adhesive sheets on the back, but this came like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and add just a few dots. Hopefully you can see that. Probably not. Let me go closer. It's just little dots. Hold on. I'll pick it up and we can hopefully see it. And okay. So then when you got the glue on, let me see if I can show you. You can kind of see where all those dots are. Now go ahead, grab this again. Say a little prayer. And oh my gosh, the U went underneath. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And then again, I'm going to put this on top. So that's the card I wanted to show you. It's pretty quick, really. You just have to kind of think about what you want to do. I'm going to move this out of my way. I'm going to show you a couple other ones I made. Same techniques, rather, than I did. Let's get rid of this paper. I am going to show you this card is using the die cuts as they come. And again, this is from that ephemera pack. And then I have this, which I did similar to what the tulip was. I got a little messy because I colored with chalk, which was really a bad idea because chalk gets really crazy. And then this one, my last one, I did very similar, except I spritzed this. And what that means is you can take we have these spritz tools, and you spray it on there, and it gets just kind of this more watercolor look. And I glued those down, but not the petals. So I kind of liked that too. They clearly need some bling. I probably didn't finish that, but look at how much fun these are. Let me go up here. And voila. And voila. So fun spring ideas. Again, these were just released January 6th. The folder that can go up and down, crossways, and diagonal. And these covered in flower accents. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and let me know what you think. Bye.